Go. Yo.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Lowdown. We're a bit late, but as you can see, it's because I'm in a hotel room and I'm in another province. So camera's all iffy, lighting's all iffy, timing is iffy, everything's iffy. Everything's iffy. But we're on the clock, so let's get to it. Speaking of iffy, Xbox, or according to Jez Corden, Xbox is about to have a showcase on the 25th of January. Before I read into this, Ham, do you buy what Jez Corden is selling?
Yeah, I think there's going to be an event coming towards the end of the month. And I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to be that specific date because that's kind of up in the air right now until they confirm it. But I most definitely think they have an event coming. I mean, at this point, they kind of got to the way they kind of did the Game Awards, in my opinion. I know you have a lot of pushback on that thought process, but like the way that they didn't come through and really show anything, in my opinion, like first party wise, like pretty much tells me, yo, they have something cooking of their own. So this would be the time to come through and do something about that. because I mean, the longer you wait, the more painful it kind of is for Xbox, and I mean,
Painful. Where's the pain?
I mean, things haven't. I mean, in all honesty, it feels like PlayStation got off to a great start to this year. They've already talked about stuff like at the end of the year, wrapping it up, like having a few things in the Game Awards. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of it. I wasn't a big fan of any of the first party. I thought third party was the thing to do at the Game Awards that year, like with Tekken and some people like really like Street Fighter,
Yeah.
even though it wasn't me. Um, but um, but as for
Yeah.
going back to PlayStation, they actually came into the year. They got Forspoken coming. However you feel about that is up to
Awoken.
you.
That's what it's called.
For Woken.
Awoken.
Okay, and then they had CES where they talked about the VR and some of the partnerships that they have and whatnot. It was a Sony event there, and they got The Last of Us coming out here soon, which got like an immediately big rating on Rotten Tomatoes already. If you haven't seen that on Twitter, everyone's talking about that. But it seems like they've got off to a good start to the year.
What a big rating? Last of Us.
Yeah, Last of Us TV show.
Ham. See, this is kind of disingenuous arguments I don't like. I don't like this because when The Last
You're
of Us
arguing
gets
they
high
didn't
ratings,
get a good start?
it counts.
We're
No,
talking about
what
just
I'm
PlayStation
saying
having
is
a
it
good
counts.
start.
But that's my problem. Let me finish my statement. My problem is when this happens for The Last of Us, this is a dub for Sony, Paramount, crickets, nothing. This is not a dub for Xbox. This is my problem with this argument. Certain things matter when the blue side does it. When the green side does the exact same thing, sometimes even better, it doesn't count. Especially when it's stuff that's outside, that's ancillary. Dude, I just gave you an example. You were talking about The Last of Us getting this a crazy rating on Metacritic, the TV show. But the TV, the Halo TV show just got announced as the biggest launch on Paramount, the most watched show the whole of last year.
That was last year. We're talking about upcoming, what to look forward to. We're not talking about last year. We could also bring up that the year prior, Xbox was, publisher of the year. We can talk about that too if you want to talk about the past, but we're not talking about the past. We're talking about
it's the very recent past.
Paramount what's just announced in your face. What's in your face right now is what I'm saying. CES was just in your face with VR. They were just in your face a little bit lightly at the Game Awards. They're currently in your face about Forspoken. They're currently in your face about The Last of Us that has not came yet, that's coming soon. That's what I'm saying. They're talking about things that are coming soon. Xbox is not talking about as much stuff coming soon, literally from its team. We're hearing stuff that's coming soon from people like Jez Corden. We're not hearing things that are. I mean, we heard Aaron Greenberg say, "I'm excited for the week," and then we seen Oreos.
I mean, how many times have you heard? How many times have you heard people talk about Xbox? Needs to stop talking about what's coming. They need to fucking give us something. How many times have you heard that argument? Be honest. Don't try and just defend your point. But how many times have you heard people talk about Xbox just talk about what's in the future? They ain't got nothing right now.
This is the time to talk about stuff that are in the future because they're the ones that told us this stuff is coming within the year. So now we're wondering, hey, you told me that you were coming through. You told me that you were coming by my house tonight, right? I'm starting to wonder what time you're coming by tonight.
Bro, we ain't even getting the show yet, and we're fighting already. Are
What?
you
What? What?
serious? I haven't even read the article and you're already spouting rubbish.
No. You're fighting because I was just giving you my point of view, and you had to give me some kickback on it. So whose problem is it really?
Well,
You got
I
triggered when I brought up The Last of Us.
Give me
You
2
got
minutes.
triggered, like always. You got triggered
You know
when
what,
I bring up.
Ham, I need you to breathe right now. I need you to breathe right now. Let's get into the show. Welcome once again to everyone. Welcome to Tortoise Hawaii. Asante is enjoying the heat. Welcome. Viper says too many times about the future. Thank you. At least someone here is not being disingenuous. Doom says Ham, the Texas heat is getting too low. Whatever, man. I don't have a tie because I'm in another province and I forgot to bring my tie.
I love how we have some sides going on here. I love how we have some sides kind of going on because the last thing we want to do is just feel like yes men that are always saying yes to each other back and forth, and it's just boring. I love to disagree. So let's go. Anyways, continue on with today's program.
Check out K. Asante says, I was on vacation on the way home from the airport and I'm loving the slander. What slander? Who's slandering who? I think Ham is slandering Xbox right now. That's what I think's happening.
Slightly.
So Asante, please tell us who's slandering. Slandering is rubbish, Ham. You're the only one who spots rubbish here.
I'm not
Viper
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying how I feel.
Oh, I love it. Viper says I'm currently at work in the hospital, not gonna be like PS Vortex. Damn.
Oh,
damn.
Wow. That all right.
Too soon, man. Too soon. Jesus. All right. Let me get to the article. So this is from IGN. The latest leak was spotted by Idle Sloth on Twitter, a user that is well versed in all news related to Xbox. He spotted an intriguing conversation between Miles Dompier and Jez Corden, which took place on the Xbox Chatterdays podcast. Through their conversation on the podcast, players learned about the 11 new titles that will be part of the upcoming Xbox Bethesda showcase. Oh, so that's how it happened. Okay, so first game that Jez believes will definitely be showcased is Starfield. Rumors and leaks about the game have been going on for too long, and players need some concrete piece of evidence from developers regarding the game. So this is a quote from Jez Corden. He says that he was able to analyze and scrutinize. Oh no, the fans will be able to analyze and scrutinize Bethesda's upcoming flagship game. He further adds that stating that it's possible that Xbox Bethesda might release a roadmap to inform the people about projects in pipeline. Jez feels Starfield, Redfall, Midfall, Project Belfry, Pentiment.
You gotta quit disrespecting Redfall like that. Gotta quit slipping that in there because I'm catching it every time.
The next Sea of Thieves update, Contraband, Everwild, Diablo 4, Project Midnight, and Avowed will be shown in the roadmap to have something for people to look forward to. That was a mouthful. Ham.
Yes, sir.
I guess we're already in it, right? But okay, which game from all of this actually is interesting you?
I'm actually going to turn around and ask you this question because I'm always seemingly the guest on my own damn podcast. So let's actually turn this around and ask Loke, how do you feel? Because I see you sighing right there. I see you looking uncomfortable. You're not looking like you're loving it so much. Like what's going on with you?
The air conditioning remote. It's hot than a mother here. Oh, okay, just found it. Honestly, I'm mostly excited about Midfall.
I love how you say Midfall and excitement in the same sentence. I mean, it sounds silly. It sounds so extra.
Okay.
You just want to be disrespectful. I think you're excited not to play it, but to hate it. Just like
No, no, not to
Just
hate
like your
it. No, no,
basic
no, not
fanboy.
to hate it.
You're going
I want
fanboy.
my $10. Am Solo, I want my $10 from you, bro.
That's not gonna happen.
The sooner mid-fall launches, the sooner we get to 12 months after it launches, and it's got horrible numbers. I just want my $10. That's all I want.
That ain't happening.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Okay. Fine. I'll give you a genuine answer. Starfield for me, I can see myself if it's essentially Skyrim in the stars. I can see myself putting in 3 months. I don't know what's going to happen to my reviews. I don't know what's going to happen to this show. I don't know, but I can see myself putting in like a solid 3 months as soon as it comes out, just playing Starfield.
Well, brother, you better figure it
So
out.
that's the one.
There is no skipping out on leg day. You got to make sure you come to all of the podcasts. You can't just come to one of them and say, "Oh, I'm busy playing Starfield," to come to this, or playing the Great Redfall. You're gonna actually find a multiplayer game that you can actually stick to. The Great.
Settle your ass down.
It's gonna be fire.
No.
It's gonna be fire, and you're gonna be lit, bruh. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good game, and I'm really excited for it. But so are we just talking about first party games that we're excited for, or are we talking about just all around games that we're excited for to come into games?
First party, dude. It's the Xbox showcase.
All right,
I'll read the names of games once again.
Go ahead.
Starfield, Red Midfall, Project Belfry, Pentiment, Grounded 1.0. Sea of Thieves next update.
Starfield.
Contraband.
Just stop. Starfield. Just Starfield is the most.
There's still Diablo 4, yeah.
Diablo 4 is gonna be dope, but I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not gonna be so much more excited.
Avowed.
I'm sorry,
from
I don't know what that
Obsidian.
is.
They're gonna make a proper Skyrim.
I don't know what
you don't know what Avowed is.
Who does?
I do.
Okay, what is
it's it? It's a better version of Skyrim.
Oh, stop.
It's a better version of Skyrim. That's it. It's the Skyrim sequel
with
all
hand gesture, and you're all. You need to change your pants already because you ain't seen nothing but a hand gesture from Avowed.
It's called Obsidian, bro. It's called Obsidian. That's what it's called. All right. Kaya Sante says, "What officially constitutes horrible numbers?" Out of the top 10 in most played games.
So most played games. Sorry, he's using hotel internet, so his shit.
Not
not
10 most played games. No, that's not fair. Not 10 most played games because that's not fair. Am I?
You were, but go ahead.
I was saying not top 10 most played games, but top 10 most played first person games. Yeah. I think that'll give it a better chance.
All right. So then yeah, go ahead.
Sante says, for the record, I'm actually excited for Redfall as well. I'm not usually a co-op gamer, but I love all things arcane, so I'm in. Plus, they said it plays good as a single player. Yeah, they say a lot of things, but okay.
Okay, so the person, I mean, not the person, but the team over there making it had a lot of interesting stuff to say about the game, and it has me pretty excited because they were thinking like, maybe this game should have been like linear or like a linear single player or something like that, but they wound up thinking that they struck like pretty much a pot of gold with what they actually formulated and got, and going through it during a pandemic period for them was extra hard. So I'm really excited to see what came out of this, because I mean, a lot of freaking There had to have been so many moving parts going on during this process of getting the game out, while also, getting acquired by Xbox, and now I mean, people are not sure which one's coming first between Starfield and Redfall, and it's like, dude, if Redfall comes out first, that puts a lot of pressure onto Arcane. They already, comfortably, I'd say, shipped out Deathloop, but that went into PlayStation first and then comfortably came into Game Pass. Now they're going to be going straight into Game Pass. And I feel like that's going to hit a lot different than the route that they took previously. And it could be really big, or it could be really
What
bad.
is this? Redfall
I'm
the
thinking it's going to
podcast?
be big.
Is this Redfall the podcast?
Oh my God. No, it's Loke's Hate Moments, the podcast.
Yeah. All right, can we move on from this rumor? I don't like spending too much time with rumors because 50% of the time you're taking L's. I'm not going to spend like 20% of the whole show talking about a potential L. Speaking of L's, standing the PS5 vertically could cause permanent damage. Oof. This is from GameRant.com. PS5 users advised not to stand their console upright, as doing so might cause permanent damage to the system's hardware. This is reportedly due to a design flaw related to the cooling system for the PS5's accelerator idea, according to a report on the wololo.net. I don't know if your website. Anyway, this is due to an apparent design flaw related to the liquid metal layer between the PS5's APU chip and heatsink. The liquid metal is prone to leaking when the PS5 is left sitting upright for an extended period. When users stand the PS5 vertically, liquid metal may move up or seep out. This inhibits the console's ability to manage the heat coming off the APU, potentially damaging the processor. The liquid metal can also drip onto other sensitive components, causing a short circuit. This problem exists on both versions of the PS5. Am Solo, you was crapping on Xbox's past. Let's talk about PlayStation's present. What are your thoughts on this, Nurse?
I really like what my buddy Matt said a little while back. He said something along the lines of PlayStation always tries to do something to stand out, and sometimes it's at its own detriment. And I'm not sure if this is going to be something that we need to look out for every PS5. And I find it odd that the way that some people are handling this situation right now, with like almost like combating what these people are saying, like, I'm not going to put my PS5 sideways, it's been fine this entire time, not gonna do it. Like I'm just like, okay, like, you willingly have, or you obviously have an extra $500 just laying around in case something, because I heard that news and I sat over and looked over at my PS5 and I'm like, I'm happy you're laying sideways already, because I've been laid my shit sideways for a while. Just because I don't really have the room. That thing is massive. The PS5 is freaking massive. I don't have enough room to have that thing standing up unless I adjusted my entire room. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I just find it weird that some people are like fighting against the possibility of their PS5 being crapped on. But what I thought was hilarious was when I looked up some stuff about, like, the PS5 system flaw that it had. Google, when I looked it up, said until recently, the PS5's biggest flaw has been the inability to obtain one of the consoles. But now a recent report suggests the console has a major design issue involving liquid metal cooling system in the PS5 that causes a disastrous malfunction when the console is standing upright. And I just thought, like, wow. How the hell does Google use that as a transition? Oh, at first the biggest problem with the PS5 was buying it. Now it's turning it on.
Pause. Pause. I need pause right now, Ham. Press the pause button. Press the pause button. I specifically gave you this layup, Ham Solo. I gave you a layup in your Russell Westbrook. You're out here talking about fans that want to fight the system and continue
it's funny. I got to bring that up
to keep it upright. You're taking Google because of how they transition to the information.
I think it's funny.
You dedicate like 5 seconds to saying, "Oh yeah, PlayStation fucked up." What you dump on giving a proper console? Although Asante does bring up point, it doesn't change the fact that they made a console that is effectively is guaranteed to freaking red ring itself. Instead, it's a ring inside its pants. And we're now talking about fans that insist on helping out the console. We're talking about internet browsers.
Why aren't you talking about the conversation at hand? Why you always gotta double back and
making jokes out of this? Seriously,
everything that I just said.
Seriously, that's what we're doing right now.
I guess the
conversation is the one at hand, Ham Solo.
I guess every time I bring up a point, you got to reiterate every single thing to the audience that I just got done saying. Like, why?
No. I'm hand is PlayStation.
I don't even know what you're saying anymore, but
at hand is a PlayStation. The PS5 shits itself.
My goodness.
All right, is it still stuck?
No, but you need to slow down because your internet.
Let me just shut off the camera.
Oh man.
Ham Solo. I need to be clear. I'm not doubling back to some other point. All right. I am actually focusing on the main topic. The main topic is that the PS5 shits itself, and you out here talking about people helping the PS5 to not shit itself, or Google making fun of the fact that it shits itself. You only dedicated like 5 seconds to them actually making a shit ass console.
Well, if I know that this is the reaction I'm gonna get out of you, then go for it. I'm proud to have got you to this point, to where you're just babbling for 5 minutes about what I said instead of talking about anything.
Dude, I am talking about something. The PS5, literally 5-year-old. You know what? Fuck it. It's a 3-year-old in kindergarten. That's what it is. If you don't lay it down and wipe its ass, it'll shit itself. That's what the PS5 is. But let's go to the comments. Asante says this is an actual issue, but it will only be if the PS5 is messy. It's gonna be all super messy if you don't watch out. He says essentially it's the heatsink breaks the CPU, and that takes years to happen. So it'll only happen if the gen is over, bro. Asante, there's people that get their consoles on all day, every day, throughout the year. So yeah, I think we need to be judicious about saying, "Oh, this is only happening at the end of the generation." Doom says, "My Bob will be on with us this Sunday to talk about it." I'm sure, and I'm sure everyone there is going to be capping and defending Sony, saying that this is not a problem. it actually looks better when it's on its side. Thank goodness they forced you to put it on its side. Amen, Jim Ryan. I'm
Dude,
sure that's what's going to
Loke is
be coming out of
on one today.
Drag. Whatever, man. Dragon out Yobi says peace, love, and life. Welcome, brother. Welcome.
There is no peace here,
Asante,
Dragonheart.
true. At some
Yobi, get
point will
out.
happen. Just like
There is no peace here. Yobi, get out.
it's just
Loke
violence.
lost his mind.
It's just violence. I did, dude. I'm not lost my mind. The console, it's worse than the Ring of Death, the Red Ring of Death, because the Red Ring of Death was like a lottery thing. It would happen randomly. With the PS5, it is a certainty that if you keep it upright, you're fucked. If you keep it upright, you're screwed. Come on. How is that no worse than the Red Ring of Death? How? Sour Blow 18 says, what up, guys? Optimus Prime in the house. Megatron trying to destroy the stream. Yeah, whatever, man. Welcome, Oshus. Welcome. Oshus, you think I'm exaggerating by saying that this is worse than the Red Ring of Death that was random? Or it did affect many, but it was random. Where the PS5, every single unit, all of them have this problem. I don't think I'm exaggerating. Ham, do you think I'm exaggerating?
I mean, only time will tell. To be real, only time will tell. I mean, if you find this flaw this early in the system, and I kind of agree with you, Loke. I see what K. Asante is saying, like, hey, oh, it's going to take a long time for this to happen. But I see what you're saying too, Loke. Like, yo, some of these games are really demanding, and some people, like my wife, will leave a game running and just walk out of the room and come back 2 hours later and continue playing. And it's just like, bruh, like she does this with Halo on my PC all the time. And on Halo, I have everything at max settings. So she's just leaving max settings just running on my PC for like 2 hours. And then I'll come in the room or wake up from a nap or something and be like, how long has this been running? You know what I mean? I got 3080. It's it's pulling a lot of power and it's just sitting idle. You can just see Master Chief's gun moving. It's just like, what the hell is going on here? So I mean, this could happen a lot sooner than expected for a lot of owners. And it's interesting with the whole talks about them saving money by cutting back on like the heat sink and stuff like that. That only makes me wonder if this issue is going to progress or happen any faster with any of the newer iterations of the console compared to like the one that I got, which is the launch version that has the whole damn thing there. What's cracking, clowns? I see you in the chat. But go on ahead, Lo.
Yeah, so going back to chat, Asante Fair, the company makes the device that is built with an expiration date from jump is Apple iPhones. People still buy them. Dude, just because people buy stuff doesn't mean it's okay. That it's using it. I'm talking about the moral side. I'm not talking about the profits, because if we're talking about the ancient, and they won't make another one because we'll keep buying that will literally die on you. If you put it in one of the positions that they claimed you could put it on, if you put it in the position that the freaking ads, 62% of the time, I looked it up, 62% of the time the ads show it upright. But if you do that, your console will die. That's a problem, in my opinion. Sour Blow says, welcome, Stangmo, welcome. Sour Blow says, at least the Red Ring, they changed the console. Sony, dude, Sony, it's a good thing that Asante brought up Apple iPhones. Sony and Apple, they're like cousins. Because they've got the market by the balls, they know they can treat everyone like crap. and y'all will keep coming back. No problem, no questions asked. Consume product, get excited for next product. Don't complain, don't say nothing. That's why I'm the guy bringing violence. I'm supposed to be the bad guy here by pointing out that this is worse than the freaking Red Ring of Death, which is now legendary at this point. I'm running out of breath.
Like I said, in due
Hammer,
time,
are you done with this?
in due time, it could very well be. I love that everybody always wants to bring up the Red Ring of Death, but nobody wants to bring up the yellow light of death from the PS3 because that oh man, I'm getting off topic.
Exactly.
Anyways.
I was gonna say that's why. I was gonna bring up that exact example. Like, dude, this will be forgotten in 2 freaking days. By Friday, this will be nothing. But they gave us a console that is guaranteed to die. No, not one PlayStation fan, nothing. Crickets, dude. It is more silent than than a Catholic church on a Sunday after everyone's left, and it's just the altar boy and the priest.
Oh my God!
That's how quiet it is.
Why are you going there? Oh my
It's
God!
so quiet, Ham. I don't even know if God knows that there's a PS5, that this flaw exists. I don't know. It might even be like a myth. It might be fake news at this point. The way people are ignoring it, it might just be freaking fake news. Oh fuck! All right. I think that's enough. Otherwise, people will stop calling me a pony. We don't want that. Are you good, Ham? Can we finish?
Yeah, I'm good.
Is it dead?
Yeah, you killed it. Leave the horse alone.
All right. Osha's out here pocket watching. He says Sony doesn't have the money to give RROD type warranties, and has Sony made a statement? Dude, Sony is that toxic boyfriend that doesn't even need to apologize. He beat the shit out of his woman, left, and the fact that he came back, she's grateful. That's the relationship between Sony and especially the fanatics. No one is saying nothing.
Your comparisons are really powerful. Jeez Louise.
Dude, Ham, listen to me. I'm telling you, this is not hyperbole. This is the worst thing since the Red Ring of Death. And people are acting like, oh, it's not a problem. It's not a problem.
That's why I brought this up earlier, but you didn't even like that I brought that up. That people were saying that, it's no big deal. I mean, keep mine, standing up. It is what it is. I don't care. Like I told you, it was
no, but that's it's. I think that one that you said is more like a joking type reaction.
Joking. It's not joking.
It's more nefarious. The fact that what you brought up, right, is people talking about it. I think it's more nefarious than that. I think that people. What's worse than people joking about a bad thing, Ham Solo, is people pretending it's not there, and that's what's going to happen in 2 or 3 days. We had people bringing up the Red Ring of Death for months, for years, dude. Rightfully so. Even though people were getting their consoles back, PS won't give you no consoles back. You are guaranteed for your console to die, and this is nothing. At most, it's a meme for 2 or 3 days. I am furious about this.
I mean, I get it. I get why you'd be mad about it, man. But let's move on, bruh. Let's move on.
I legit feel like this whole freaking podcast should have just been about this. But all right, let's move on. Let's go to some good news. Who said he was moving on to PC? Stankman was talking about he wants to move to PC. Speaking of PC, Valve reveals planned SteamDeck improvements. This is from Game Rant as well. Two of Valve's Steam Deck designers enlightened gamers on some of the updates planned for the handheld gaming computer. In terms of software updates outside of bug fixes, the prioritized features include more audio options, improved cloud sync, and letting users share their power profiles. As for hardware fixes, future units will include more easily removable battery to streamline pairs. Hallelujah. The battery in the Steam Deck is purposefully designed to stay restrained to keep it from jostling around and turning the device into what Yang describes as a Steam Deck maraca. A similar approach to ease of Steam Deck repairs is applied to the cooling fans, some of which were known to produce a whining sound. When it comes to future Steam Deck models, improved screens, battery life are the priorities. Ham Solo, what are your thoughts on the news about the upcoming improvements to the Steam Deck?
I really like hearing about that power profile, being able to share that kind of stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, if I were to get a Steam Deck today, I would want to get my power profile from like Kayasante. Because Kayasante has tweaked, messed around, done all this stuff to it. That kind of shareability to be able to be like, hey,
Kayasante has abused the Steam Deck? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah. I mean, he has touched that Steam Deck quite a bit. And
oh my,
and knowing that he's done that, and I know that he knows his tech stuff, I would want to get my profile from somebody like him to where I'm like, you know what you're talking about, it runs great for you. I don't know what I don't know what I'm doing with this new piece of hardware. That's less of them having to coach me on what to do. This is just a quick share. Here you go. This is what I got. Quick and to the point.
All right.
I love that because the power is something that's very important on that thing, and being able to scale it properly, depending on what game that you're playing, would be a big deal when it comes to like battery life and trying to get the longest amount of time use while not on charger, but then again, knowing what the capabilities of it is when I do have it plugged in, so I can like have it like crazy, like going nuts, 60 FPS Switch games. You know what I'm saying?
That would be crazy. Speaking of the whole thing, for me, like this news just makes me, not makes me, but just confirmed that terms of a handheld, I was split on the Steam Deck and the Switch.
That's insane.
I'm just gonna get. I'm just gonna get a Steam Deck. Is it insane?
I don't know. I just think that the Switch is just so far behind right now that like you might as well just wait until Nintendo figures something new out to even go out and get something like that. An OLED screen for the Switch wasn't enough for me to run out and get it, and I was ready to get something new from Nintendo.
I have some bad news, Ham. No, I'm not saying.
Are you going to talk about the people, or are you going to talk about you?
Until the Switch stops being number one, they won't even start developing the next Switch.
But we're not
like
talking
everyone
about
is on
that.
vacation.
We're not talking about the possibilities of what they're doing. I'm just telling you what's good for your money right now. You're talking about spending $200, $300, $400.
No, you know where I was split on
what you should spend it on.
You know why I'm saying that. Why I was split on it. I was split on it because I want the handheld just to play video games. I don't want a whole bunch of other stuff. I just want to play video games. And I was listening to Oh No It's Alex talking about, because although he seems like a troll and whatever, he's all about the jokes and whatever, but he knows the tech side as well. And essentially what he communicated is that it's a waste of money, and it'll also be stressful if you want to get the Steam Deck and play video games, but you don't have like a big background. I don't want to be going through the same stress that I would probably go through with a PC by getting the Steam Deck.
I
But
could see that.
the yeah, but the support that Steam, GOG, and Epic have on the Steam Deck is giving me a lot of faith. And this is an aside. I read an article on Saturday that was talking about it's a lot more games now than when it launched. Comparable to it's more than the Switch actually. So for me, I was just thinking, okay, I guess that cements it. I'm gonna get the Steam Deck. I just need to get the money together, and then I'll probably have to send it to you so you can hook me up. All right. That's enough about the Steam Deck. Next, we have longtime Criterion developers leave studio following Need for Speed Unbound launch. This is from Game Rant. A new report from gamesindustry.biz. Five long-time Criterion game developers have left the studio after the release of Need for Speed Unbound to explore new opportunities outside of EA. These developers' departures include former Criterion Games Vice President Matt Webster, Executive Producer Pete Lake, Senior Technical Director Andre Schurz, Head of Development Alan McDermott, and Head of Content Steve Uphill. Ham, should I panic? As someone that enjoyed Need for Speed Unbound, should I be panicking for what's coming next in the franchise?
No, and here's why. They already laid out the foundation for it, in my opinion. I feel like if EA wants to go bigger and better with it, they can, because they already have the things set in place. I feel like they can just kind of pick up and run with whatever they kind of got. And EA is also so dang big. They're so dang big. A couple devs leaving, to me, wouldn't be the end of the world.
Couple devs. Vice President, Technical Director, Head of Development, and Head of Content. Couple devs.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Some people leaving, yeah. It happens all the time. You see people, big names moving all the time. It does not mean that a game is in jeopardy every time. I don't think this one is in jeopardy. Specifically, you asked me about Need for Speed. No, I don't think that's in jeopardy.
Yes. Need for Speed and Criterion moving forward.
Yeah. But speaking about people leaving, speaking
at least people, yeah.
Speaking of people leaving, Mike Brown recently just left the Forza team to go to Maverick Game.
Forza.
Whatever. He left them to go to Maverick Games. And that has, a lot of that has a lot of frustration within the community on what's kind of going on with Xbox. It kind of continues that conversation of whether Xbox is going in the right direction or not. I personally don't think this is a big deal, just like I didn't think the Need for Speed thing would be a big deal. It sucks because he was like the face of Forza, right? Like anytime you turned on that stream and seen old girl talking about, Forza.
Hold on. Pause.
What, Loke?
Just said, I just gave you 5 senior people, and you're like, this ain't nothing. And now you're talking about one dude, one guy.
Yeah, and
Seriously.
I just said I don't think it's that big of a deal because they already have. And I was going to reiterate the exact same thing I reiterated with Need for Speed. They already have the
Oh,
foundation.
okay.
They already have the
Okay. Because it
foundation of
kind of
what
sounds like
Forza
it,
is. I feel like they'll be just fine. But of course, Loke has to interrupt me and
it sounded like
redirect.
it sounded like you were leading up to something.
No, sorry, dog.
All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. Ham doesn't care about the devs. Hashtag Ham don't care about devs. Make that trend,
Wow.
people. All right. Let's keep it moving. Super Smash Bros. Director Masahiro Sakurai weighs in on the digital versus physical debate. The director has been posting plenty of videos on his new YouTube channel, Masahiro Sakurai on Creating Games. That's the name. Where he goes over various principles and insights about the industry. He occasionally delves into a grab bag category where these related topics are more loose, releasing videos about the perils of lag, the price of video games, his company Sora Limited, or even a video about his cat. This video is another grab okay. So he starts the video by going over the pros and cons of each side, where players can keep physical releases forever and will have less data to install depending on the game, along with mentioning that limited editions that come with the game are also worth collecting. For digital purchases of a game, he lists the appeal of having the instant purchase and download option without needing to run to a store, and they're always in stock while it's on the storefront. For that end, Sakurai is on Team Digital when it comes to purchasing new video games for himself. Solo, the age-old debate that will not die: physical versus digital. Which side are you picking and why?
Um, I hate this conversation because I love both of them a lot. Um, I'd have to say in this day and age, if I need to take a firm stance, I'm gonna have to say digital right now. And why is because most of these games you need to be online for DRM, and it seems like it's going in that direction hard right now, like hard. So
Yeah,
that's my
even
reason
for
of
story
digital
games.
over physical. Um, like I wish I could say physical, but like seeing that half the time you need to update something, day one patch, like all these different things that come with not being able to like just throw the disc in and play. Like this isn't the PS2. This isn't the like Xbox 360. This isn't that era anymore. Like where you can just throw a disc in, play, and not worry about it. Like there's a lot of things that have to get like fixed up within these games, and details need to be put in better, or they're even thinking about going to cloud, like for games. Like Kojima's
Yeah,
working on that game for cloud, to where they're going to be
yeah.
like they're going to be able to work on the game while the game is actually like playable and whatnot, which is
You don't have to
insane.
update it because it just happens.
Exactly. So why would I like sit here and say physical, 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 physical if I still need to be connected to it? If I still need it to communicate with the internet. So yeah, I'm gonna say digital, but um, I've told Cult Classic Cage this because she is big into collecting her physical games. But I told her this,
Mm.
like me personally, I collect physical old games, but I do not get new PS5 or Xbox Series games physical unless they're on a special. That's way cheaper than getting it digital. That's my
Damn.
only reason to get physical anymore, is if it's cheaper than digital.
Wow. All right. So for me, it's a little bit more nuanced because actually it's not hypocritical. It's just nuanced. I prefer physical, much prefer physical, but I don't have access to physical, so I only play digital. So there's that. All right. This one's gonna warm your heart, I'm Solo. Power Wash Simulator is finally coming to PlayStation. So this is from Game Rant. A few months after announcing the PS port for Power Wash Simulator during Tokyo Game Show 2022, Sony revealed that the game would release for PS4 and PS5 on January 30th, 2023. Future Lab and Square Enix Collective haven't shared any additional information about this PlayStation release, nor did they reveal if Power Wash Simulator would come to the Nintendo Switch on the same day. Okay, raise your hand if you didn't know that Square Enix Collective developed Power Wash Simulator. Because I'm saying Square Enix, it shouldn't have been like a PlayStation exclusive. What happened?
I mean,
anyway,
no.
they slip it. So does it matter that Power Wash Simulator is coming to PS?
No, I don't care that much about that at all. I already deleted it off of my Xbox. I'm not going to install it now on my PlayStation. And speaking of other news that we probably don't care too much about, but maybe somebody does, but that somebody isn't me. But Gears of War is returning in 2023 with a new card game, physical card game. How about that?
Yeah.
You can't say Xbox ain't got no games. They got card games.
Oh my god.
Yep. So in from what Pure Xbox stated, they said Gears of War, the card game, offers an immersive way to enjoy Gears of War in a brand new format. In this story-driven campaign style, the decisions you make in each narrative scenario have a serious consequence on the battlefield and those that follow. Strike at the right moment, make your cards work together, fight together, and stand together, and if necessary, die together. Choose how to develop your force as you play through unique narrative scenarios, each with
Blue thinks you're joking.
No, I'm dead serious. Each with their own objective and terrain layout. Each win or loss will affect the contents of your deck in the scenario, allowing success or failure to impact experience of the game. You will slide with your coalition of order governments and send Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago into action. They brought Dom back for the card game, and then or you can yeah, right. Or you will command the Locust Horde and unleash the awesome power of the monstrous Brumac. Throw frag grenades at hordes of wretches, or bait a corpser into attacking you before striking when it's most vulnerable. The choice will be in your hands. The way they describe that will almost get you hyped into thinking that this is like some sort of, digital format, like some sort of like game that you play on a TV or something. But this is all just a card game. This is all just a physical card game. I'm sorry, but I'm not excited.
Oh man, what a way to end the show. Jesus. Yeah, man. I'm sure this appeals to someone, but like you said, not me, not you, and from the chat. Clearly, the chat's not feeling that as well. Oshus even wants that shit on PS Plus. So there's that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Take us out, man.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, share this out, let everybody else know that we went live today. Thanks for coming out and watching, and keep in mind that we do have 2 other shows later this week. I'm going to be doing Behind Them Sticks with Chris Toast this Thursday. It's going to be kind of a later show, 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern. She got the kiddos, so she got to make sure she gets them to bed before she comes on through the show. And then on Friday, we got our usual show, Bullsitting, with Loke and Cozy and myself. We're going to be talking about all different types of games, having our quiz time, hopefully talking about some games that are up and coming and whatnot. And of course, probably going to talk about the PlayStation and, its inability to stay alive for long periods of time. I know Loke's really seething to get back into that conversation. Oh man, if you were here to check that out. But thanks everybody for watching. You guys make sure to stay safe out there. And as I always say, keep it gaming or keep it moving. Peace out.